So, hello, today it's my pleasure to introduce and interview Zaneta Hlinkova from Medtronic. So, hi, Zaneta.
Hi, Mark. It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to meet you again, as always. So, Janetta, let's get started. So, tell me, how long has Medtronic been involved with the Callisto Academy?
Yeah, it's been a while. I would say, if I'm precise, it's 1 decade, so 10 years.
10 years, I think. Yeah,
Long time.
I think you're about right. I think you're about right. Yeah, yeah. And what was the, I mean, we'll move on to Cali in a second, but what was the problem you thought in the credit order to cash world that sort of made you collect with Callisto? And then as we've evolved, moving in like to Cali now, our AI knowledge hub.
Yeah, yeah. So I would say the reason why we connected with Callistogram back then, and it's still valid even now, was the figure it out what's going on in AR world. Yeah, it doesn't matter if we call it I2C or credit services or whatever the name we put there. We wanted to ensure that we are still head of the game and understand, okay, are we catching the train or not? Are there some new trends, some new technology coming over? Are we prepared for this or not? And just to get a really assessment in terms of credit and collection, credit risk and cash application, where we are, what we can do, and do the networking across the your organization and all the partners and colleagues what you invite.
You're right. I love that expression you use, sort of catching the train. It's easy to get left behind and very quickly
Yeah.
behind these days, isn't it? Yeah. Um, there's a lot of noise right now around AI. How do you see Kali generally being different from other generic AI tools?
Hmm. Hmm. Based on what I had a chance to see, I'm curious if there will be ability to do really some predictive and proactive advices or research based on the prompts what we will or whoever will use it will put there. Because right now AI seems to be more reactive or putting together like search from the various sources, which is great. But at the end of the day, it's like different type of the Google. So I'm really looking forward for some AI tool specialized in AR or any other field from finance to don't be just a Google search. Yeah,
Yeah.
and be really more like predictive analytics and offer solutions and go a bit beyond the box and static research.
I think that leads very nicely to my next, generally actually leads very nicely to my next question, or my next comment, because we're introducing this concept of what we call precision upskilling,
Yeah.
which is taking each individual, or certainly team leaders and managers, and doing exactly as you said, right? So where do you want to be in the next
Mm-hmm.
months or so? And taking all the information and data that's within Cali, our knowledge hub, to find specific aspects for each person, and that could be at a country level or leadership skills or other things. How can you see that actually working specifically for your teams in Medtronic?
Yeah, yeah. This is really needed because we are talking about upskilling for last, I would say, 2 years, maybe 3 years, very intensively, since the moment we kind of go to the phase of developing global center of expertise or capacity centers for respective AR process. But the reality is that people don't have time to develop. Yeah, they are really stuck on some regional, global, or even still local projects. But we need them to upscale and really learn whole process end to end. Yeah, so go beyond the EMEA or Americas region. And this is not easy. This is not easy. So if there would be something what can enable them to upscale precisely more faster, then absolutely we are in it.
And the precision aspect is not just literally attached to the job. It's building this wider picture.
Yeah.
and introducing things that maybe people wouldn't necessarily think they need to know,
Yeah.
So but that
Correct.
builds very much on what you're just saying. It's taking people beyond what they're normally
Yeah.
doing. And the critical point you make there, really, I think, is that people don't have time or don't make time, and with a kind of
Yes.
a formal program that we've already been working on in the past and will
Mm-hmm.
continue to do so, it kind of makes people step out of their usual routine and, sort of
Yeah.
have to veer into other areas.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. That's true.
Switching gears a little bit, you were with us at the conference a couple of weeks ago. What was what was your reaction when we actually launched Cali live on the stage?
Mm-hmm.
Back
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm curious. I like all the new things which can make people's life easier or which can add any value. So I'm a really supporter of being early adopter and being there for change because inevitable, it's coming. Change is everywhere. We live in dynamic world, dynamic environment. So I'm excited to hear like what was marketed or promoted, like how it's going to work in reality. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward.
and I must admit, I genuinely appreciate that as well. As I said at the launch, there's a few of you, that are early adopters, and really did take this just as something that was written on a piece of paper or whiteboard. In 6 months' time in the future, it's going to appear.
Yeah.
So a leap of faith, but one that's really appreciated and valued. So thank you very much for that. And hopefully this interview will inspire others to do the same.
Let's see.
Well, looking ahead 2 to 3 years now, so how do you think AI and agentic knowledge platforms will change, the future, particularly of our world in
hmm
to credits?
hmm Well, I'm curious. I would say for me, it's hard to predict because whenever I speak to somebody who's really in IT or technological company and understand, they tend to tell me, what CEO or VPs would envision for AI to change in their world. This is going to take another decade. So I'm tending to trust them and be a little bit more conservative.
Mm.
And let's see what's the reality, what AI can really do before have a high dreams and some vision. So I think this is going to be really maybe I was hoping to have it like big stuff as when the internet was coming. But let's see, it's going to be that big? Yes, no. Maybe something in between, I don't know. But so far, at least I can see some small steps like ChatGPT or Copilot extremely helping people to make their work more efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all these recording or translating somebody speaking in different language and translating into their native language live. I think this is great. Or having meeting minutes, having summary from the transcript or recording. Yeah, this is really helping to save time. So I'm curious what's going to be the next level with AI and if it's going to be faster, what would it be? Or will it really take another decade?
I, yeah, I think that's kind of where we've got to, isn't it? Learning about AI in the
Yeah.
last 3 years or so is the absolute screaming need for guardrails now. We know that if it's not controlled, if it's not regulated, it'll go flying off on a
Yeah.
tangent. That's what it's programmed to do, and where all of us come in now is to set the set the limitations and be very clear about what it is we actually want what we want these systems to do, which is in some ways that's no different to what we've done right from the beginning of Excel, 30 odd
Yeah.
years ago. It's just now faster and bigger, and the potential for chaos, I think, is a lot it's a lot faster, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially as they can link to other clients and so on. So
hmm
that's but it's exciting. I'm all for it. And I think coming back to our core conversation, genuinely, about why you're working with Callisto and so on, is you can only really embrace the future, I think, if you really understand what it is you're dealing with right now, in our
Yes.
world, all the data, where it fits into the O2C, into the whole business cycle. Yeah, really understanding the whole end-to-end process. When
Hmm.
you got to grips with that, then you
Yeah.
can really get involved in any system. But we're talking
Hmm.
AI. You can really make it do reach its potential, whatever that may
Yeah.
be. Yeah, exciting times, lot to come. The rest of this decade's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Well,
true. That's true.
the
So
big
let's see what's coming our way. I'm curious, and I would say in Metronic overall, we are always open to any change to try like new solutions, something what can bring more efficiencies, so we can invest more money to the research and development, which is our core business, to really come on the market with the new products which can save lives. So definitely on it. I'm gonna stay tuned what's coming from Kali and
it's an
hoping
interest.
for the best.
That's an interesting point as well. Efficiencies we make in credit control are actually passed on to the business, and
Yeah.
I think that's often a point that's overlooked. Is that we can contribute to profitability through efficiency, not just by putting red lines through training programs and travel bans and all that stuff. But by generally getting the most out of what we do. That's how we bring our value to the business, right? Just
Yeah.
somebody just sticking a red line through 10 grand's worth of spend or something is not that's gonna have a negative effect.
Hmm.
So the big question then to finish, people watching this and want to learn more about Cali and get involved in the community, what should they do next?
I would say there are certain ways. Definitely check your website. Yeah, what you have behind your head, like, and check what's there. So do some research, get in touch with you, or yeah, or yeah, participate in any coffee session or event which is organized by Callisto Grant. I'm sure there will be potential to ask for more questions. So, or another way, contact any of the current partner who has experience or has been part of the, creation of this or participated in previous events. So I would say these are like three, four ways how to get it closer.
Brilliant. Thank you. Janetta, that was my last question. Really, thank you very much indeed for that. Greatly appreciated. And well, we'll speak many times in the future, that's for sure.
Oh, sure. Welcome. It was my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.